that toughness, that grit, that determination, that discipline, that consistency is usually built in the dark for most men. It's usually built in the most difficult times of their life. It's usually built when everything has gone to crap. It's usually built when no one believes in them. It's usually built when no one is rooting for them. It's usually built in the abyss, in the darkness, right? Because through that, you become the light. Trust the process, brother, and do not get discouraged at all, right? You got to let the struggle, you got to let the pain transform you into the man that you were always destined to be. Let that struggle transform you. We try to run away from the struggle. We don't want the struggle. We don't want the tough times. We don't want the battles, but you have to understand it's the battles that make us great. It's the battles that make us worthy for the next battle. How are you going to win this battle when you know there's another one coming? You can't run away from it. You have to accept it. You have to accept that life is difficult. You have to accept that life is hard. But even in the difficulty, there's beauty, brother. I promise you, there's beauty. There's so much to look forward to, right? Look at this right now. This is where I'm at. I'm looking at the water, right? I'm looking at the beauty of life that's around me. I'm going on daily walks. But life isn't easy, right? Life is hard. Right, brothers? Life is difficult. But there's beauty in it. There's still so much to look forward to. There's still so much to look forward to in life. I don't want you guys to get discouraged. I want you guys to keep on walking, right? And I want you guys to keep on stepping. Trusting the process is one of the scariest things that we could ever do in life. It really is. Because we actually don't know what's going to happen when we continue to trust the process. We don't know if it's going to be positive or negative. We don't know if our life's going to be better or worse. All we know is we're trusting this thing called life to take us where it needs to take us. And what has helped me, brothers, is realizing that I can't fight against life. That life is happening for me, not to me. Life wants me to be the best version of myself. Life wants me to continue grinding. Life wants me to continue growing. And I have to believe in me. I have to believe in myself, even if no one else believes in me. I have to keep pushing, and I can't keep fighting life, right? Life is just giving me the experiences that I need for my soul to develop, for my life to get better eventually. We have to go through the struggle. We have to go through the pain sometimes so we could appreciate the blessings that's coming in our life, so we could appreciate the positives that's coming in our life. How will we know when something is good if we don't know when something is bad? How can we appreciate the good when we haven't gone through the bad? How can we appreciate beauty if we don't know what it's like to be around the ugly, right? So you need that. You need the duality of life. You need both. And you have to trust that the ugly side of life is going to make you into the man that you need to be. That toughness, that grit, that determination, that discipline, that consistency is usually built in the dark for most men. It's usually built in the most difficult times of their life. It's usually built when everything has gone to crap. It's usually built when no one believes in them. It's usually built when no one is rooting for them. It's usually built in the abyss, in the darkness, right? Because through that, you become the light. You start to shine and you start to lead the way, not just for yourself, but for others. And you can tell them, hey, this is how I got through it. Hey, this is how I began to have a better life. Hey, this is how I beat depression. Hey, this is how I started to elevate. What do you think this is? What do you think this video is? I've been through it. I've been through the ugly. I've been through the ups and downs. I'm still going through it. And that's why I'm able to pick up this camera and talk to you right now and let you know that there is beauty on the other side. That there's even beauty in the struggle. There's beauty in the pain, but you have to trust the process. You have to keep going. You have to keep having faith, brother. You cannot lose the faith, brother. You have to trust the process. You have to let the process mold you and build you into the man that you're supposed to become. You're not supposed to be the same. You're supposed to transform. You're supposed to be great. You're supposed to keep elevating. You're supposed to become successful, but it's going to take some pain. It's going to take some struggle. It's going to take a lot of consistency. It's going to take a lot of discipline. It's going to take a lot of courage, but you have to keep going. You have to have faith. You have to trust the process because, brother, if you don't trust the process, who can trust it for you, right? Who can have the faith for you? Who can believe for you? Nobody. You have to believe for yourself, brother. You have to believe for yourself. You have to know that times are going to get better. You have to know that times will get better. You have to truly believe that, my brother. You have to truly believe that times will get better. This is temporary. What you're going through right now is temporary. It's building you into the man that you're supposed to become. This is not the final stop. It only gets better from here. It only goes up from here. It only helps you out from here. Life is happening for you. It's not just happening to you. Things just aren't happening to you. Things are happening for you to develop, to be great, to be the best version of yourself. Things are happening for you. Things are happening for you, for your evolution, for you to be the best version of yourself. You prayed for tough times, but now when you're going through tough times, you're wondering, why? How did I get here? What do I mean by you praying for tough times? Well, you prayed to be courageous. You prayed for strength. That's praying for tough times. If you're praying to be strong, you're going to go through moments in your life that forces you to be strong. It's going to be tough. It's not supposed to be easy. So, brother, I know it's hard to hear, but you asked for this. You asked for the difficulties. You wanted to be stronger. You wanted to be a better man. Ask God to be a better man. He's going to give you a plan to make that happen. It's not going to be an easy plan. It's going to be a difficult plan. It's going to be a hard plan. There's going to be ups and downs. There's going to be struggle, because that's how you learn a lesson. It's about learning the lesson. Can you learn the lesson, brother? Can you learn the lesson? That's the question I have for you. Are you learning the lesson, or are you just sad that this is happening to you? Are you saying, why me? Why me? I don't say why me anymore. I don't say why me anymore, brothers. I'm grateful that it's me. I'm grateful that I'm going through tough times. I'm grateful when I go through difficulty, because that builds me up to be the warrior that God made me to be. I say, thank you, God, for the battles and help me march on. Thank you for the tough times and help me march on. Thank you for the difficulty, because I'm going to be strong. And when you're strong, you're able to lead your family. When you're strong, you're able to lead other people through difficulties. When you're strong, you're able to be a light for others, to let them know that it's possible to go through the tough times. When you're strong, you're able to be a strength and a light for the people around you, the people that you love, the people in your life. You're able to let them know to keep going. A lot of people quit, and when you quit, you lose your testimony. When you quit, you lose your testimony, brother. When you quit, you lose your testimony. When you quit, you lose your testimony, brother. When you quit, you lose your testimony. What do I mean by that? What I mean by that is this. If you were to keep going, if you were to not quit, if you were able to go through the difficulties, which I know you are able to help so much people go through the difficulties as well, right? Because you have a testimony. You have a story for how you got through it. You can be a beacon of light, a beacon of hope. Because there's so many other brothers, there's so many people going through tough times, going through struggle, going through financial problems, going through health problems, right? They need that hope. But if you quit, if you give up, how many people are going to give up? How many people will never learn your story? That's what I want you to think about. You lose your testimony once you give up. I don't want you to lose your testimony. I don't want that for you. I want people to hear your story. I want people to know that you never quit. I want people to know that you kept going no matter what. I want people to know that you are a beacon of light, right? I want that. I want that for you. Brothers, we have to trust the process. We have to understand that there's greater times ahead. We have to understand that if we're praying for discipline, and if we're praying to be a consistent man, that we're going to go through a lot of tough times. We're going to get tested, and we have to be grateful for the test. We have to be grateful for all aspects of life. We can't cherry pick the aspects of life that we're grateful for. We cannot do that. We can't just be grateful for the happy moments. Oh, I'm grateful for the happy moments. Thank you, God, for the happy moments. No, the tough moments, you have to be grateful for that too. If you are grateful for life, then you have to be grateful for all of life. Yes, the negative things that happen to you and those that you love, you have to be grateful for all of it. Why? Because when there is negativity happening in your life, that's how you're able to grow and transform. When there's struggle happening in your life, that's how you're able to grow and transform. You're able to grow and transform. That's the only way you grow through the struggle. You grow through the pain. Just like a seed is in the ground, a seed becomes what? A seed becomes a beautiful plant and it starts to grow. Why does it start to grow? It starts to grow when there's dirt thrown on it. When there's dirt thrown on it. So when you have dirt being thrown on your name, when you have dirt being thrown on you in life, when you are going through tough times, when you are going through the struggle, guess what? That's when you're supposed to grow. That's your time to blossom. That's your time to be the best version of yourself. That's your time to show people what you're made of. That's your time to lock in. That's your time to be the man that you were made to be. That's your time to be a warrior. That's your time to grow. You grow through the struggle. You grow through the pain. Every superhero I know, every superhero story, he goes through pain. The origin story, they go through pain. I watch Batman Begins. He's fighting in the caves. He has to learn how to fight so he could beat Bane. Do y'all know that? He had to fight. He had to go through the struggle. He had to go through that. Batman had to learn how to fight. There was no amazing superpowers that he was just born with. He had to become a fighter so he could defeat the villains. Every superhero has a origin story, and the origin story is not pretty. It's not. The struggle that they go through is not pretty. It's true struggle. But you have to understand that you're a superhero too. You have to understand that you are your own superhero. You have an origin story as well. Your book is being written. Is your book going to end prematurely because you quit? Or are you going to keep going? I'm going to ask you one more time, brothers. Is your book going to end prematurely because you quit? Or are you going to keep going? One more time. Is your book going to end prematurely because you quit? Or are you going to keep going? And I hope that you choose to keep going. I hope that you choose to have faith in the process. You have to trust the process. You have to trust the work that God is doing to you. You have to trust that all this pain that you're going through and all this struggle that you're going through and all the negative things that you're going through is going to lead to a better path. It's going to lead to a better life. It doesn't happen by mistake, brother. It happens for a reason. Things happen for a reason, but you have to find that reason. And if you believe that things don't happen for a reason, then sometimes the reason is no reason at all. And that's not a life worth living. There's a reason for everything. I always look for the silver lining. I always look for the reason. I say, God, why did you put me through this struggle? Why did you put me through this difficulty? Why did you put me through these hard times? And there was a reason for that. There's a reason for that. There's a reason he did that. He wants to see me win. He wants to see me do great. But there's a reason why life is difficult. There's a reason for that. You got to find that reason. And I could give you a hint right now. Because he knows you're going to grow past that. You're going to grow through that and be even better than you were today. You're going to be greater tomorrow than you were today. And he knows that, but you have to know that now. You have to believe in that. You have to trust the process. You got to believe that things can happen for you, not just to you. That negative things can happen for you, for your evolution, for your growth, for you to live a better life. I know that's hard, brothers. I know that's hard. But you're purpose driven. You're purpose driven. There's a purpose for your existence. There's a purpose in the things that we go through. There's a purpose. There's a reason. Keep believing in yourselves, brother. Keep believing in yourselves, brothers. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I know that we'll make it through what we're going through because we have to. We have no other choice. Let's be strong. Let's be the men that we were made to be, the men that we were created to be. And let's continue to live a prosperous life. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. And I'll see y'all in the next video, man. If you want to book a one-on-one consultation with me, if you want merch, whatever you need, you want to join the Brotherhood Discord, there's so many things that I've done to create a great environment for y'all. Just check it out in the description. All the links will be there for you to be the best man that you can be. Again, love y'all. See y'all in the next one. Peace.